Chosen One, August 6, your rise. Thank you for tuning in. If this message resonates with your spirit, don't forget to subscribe and tap the notification bell so you'll never miss another divine word sent to strengthen your journey and ignite your calling. Now, beloved, quiet your heart. Let everything around you become still, because today something sacred is being revealed. This is not just a message, it is an announcement, not from earth, but from heaven. August 6 is not simply a date on the calendar. It is a divine intersection, a prophetic marking, a gate in time that separates your before from your after. You are not stumbling into this moment accidentally. You've been carried here by divine orchestration. Everything, your delays, your heartbreaks, your seasons of silence, has been guiding you toward this threshold. God doesn't move by human clocks. He moves by divine seasons. Ecclesiastes 3:1 says, "To everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under heaven." You have been hidden, yes, you have been misunderstood, overlooked, even mislabeled. But none of that was rejection, it was preservation. You were not buried. You were planted. There's a difference. Seeds disappear too, but only for a season, and then they rise. Your rise was written before you were born. Let me tell you this, your rise was not decided last week. It wasn't triggered by a performance or achievement. Your rise was written into your spiritual DNA before you ever took your first breath. Psalm 139:16 declares, "All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be." So why the warfare? Why the delay? Why the silence? Because the weight of your calling required deep foundations. You don't build skyscrapers on shallow soil, and you don't release revival through untested vessels. You see, God has been cultivating more than your gift. He has been shaping your heart. Because when you rise, you won't just rise in visibility. You will rise in purity, in truth, and in authority. The silent years were sacred. Some of you have walked through years of wilderness. Not because you were disobedient, but because God was drawing you away from the noise. He was not punishing you, He was pulling you into deeper intimacy. In the wilderness, you learn to hear His whisper. In the silence, your ears are trained. In the quiet, the blueprint is delivered. Think of Moses. He spent 40 years in Midian before stepping into his assignment. Exodus 3. Elijah heard the voice of God, not in the fire, not in the wind, not in the earthquake, but in a gentle whisper. 1 Kings 19:11-12. And Jesus himself withdrew to the wilderness to fast before launching his public ministry. Luke 4. If you've been silent, if you've been hidden, if you've wondered why the doors didn't open yet, it's because God was speaking in the stillness. He was downloading heaven's blueprints into your spirit. The dreams, the visions, the insights that came to you in obscurity were not hallucinations. They were rehearsals for your revelation. The warfare was evidence. You are not crazy. You are not cursed. You are called. And one of the clearest signs of calling is that you're fought before you're recognized. Why? Because hell sees what heaven wrote. Before David wore a crown, he was hunted like a criminal. Before Joseph ruled Egypt, he was thrown in a pit by his brothers. Before Jesus carried the cross, he carried rejection. The attacks you've survived were never random. They were strategic. They were meant to break your voice, dull your vision, and keep you from trusting again. But here you are, still standing, still breathing. And whether you realize it or not, you're rising. August 6. A divine turning point. August 6 is not just a prophetic word, it is a spiritual portal, a shift, a transition point ordained by God. While the world marks time by hours and minutes, heaven marks time by kairos moments, God-ordained alignments when destiny breaks through delay. Habakkuk 2-3 says, "Though the vision tarry, wait for it. It will surely come, it will not delay. You have waited, you have cried, you have obeyed in private." And now God is saying, rise. But hear me, this rise is not for status, it's for service. This rise is not for applause, it's for assignment. You are not being promoted for vanity. You are being positioned for impact. There are people attached to your obedience. There are breakthroughs that will be unlocked by your yes. You are not who you used to be. When people see you after this rise, they won't recognize you. They'll ask, is that really her? Is that really him? And the answer will be, yes, but not the version you remember. You are not returning as the wounded one. You are not returning as the one begging to be seen. You are returning as the one heaven has ordained. Revelation 3-8 says, "See, I have set before you an open door which no one can shut." And this is what I hear the Spirit saying: no man, no demon, no delay can shut what I have opened for you. So walk through the door. Don't second-guess it. Don't minimize yourself to make others comfortable. Don't apologize for the oil you carry. Your authority is not arrogance. Your clarity is not pride. Your discernment is not suspicion. You are seeing clearer because heaven is lifting the veil. You are walking differently because you've survived things that should have destroyed you. Stay rooted in the source. Now let me speak a word of caution. With the rise comes visibility, and with visibility comes temptation. Do not forget the one who kept you when no one clapped. Do not trade purity for popularity. Do not exchange surrender for applause. The same God who whispered in the wilderness will walk with you in the spotlight, but only if you keep your heart soft and your ears tuned. Stay at His feet. Stay in His word. Let worship remain your war cry. Proverbs 3-5-6 reminds us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." Your rise is not because you are perfect, it's because you are positioned. Chosen one. Your rise is not only about your personal calling, it's about your bloodline. Your yes to God is echoing through generations. You are not just rising for yourself, you are rising to redeem years of spiritual silence in your family line. You are the one who said, "It ends with me." You are the one heaven trusted to break the cycles. You are the one hell tried to stop before you realized who you were, but it didn't work. And now, like Abraham, God is making a covenant with you, not just for your benefit, but for the generations that will come from your obedience. In Genesis 12-2, God tells Abraham, "I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you, and you will be a blessing." This is your inheritance, not just to be blessed, but to be a blessing. Some of the warfare you've endured didn't start with you, it was inherited. But now, God is reversing the order. Where there was abandonment, you are bringing covering. Where there was addiction, you are bringing deliverance. Where there was poverty, you are releasing provision. You are the one chosen to rebuild the altar. Isaiah 58-12 says, "You shall raise up the foundations of many generations. You shall be called the repairer of the breach." Yes, you are rising. But your rise is ancestral repair. The acceleration is real. Do not be surprised when things start happening faster than you imagined. What took others years will take you months. What seemed impossible will unfold suddenly. This is not manipulation or motivational hype, it is biblical acceleration. Amos 9:13 paints the picture. "The days are coming, declares the Lord, when the reaper will be overtaken by the plowman and the planter by the one treading grapes." That's the kind of favor being unlocked over your life right now. But hear me clearly. Acceleration is not an excuse for carelessness. When doors open quickly, you must walk carefully. When favor increases, so must humility. Sudden blessings require sustained character. God is not just giving you breakthrough, He is giving you blueprints. You are being entrusted with more than a platform. You are being entrusted with people's souls, influence, strategy, finances, and intercession. Steward it with fear of the Lord, not fear of man. When God raises you, stay grounded. Do not confuse visibility with victory. Do not mistake applause for affirmation. True promotion in the kingdom isn't proven by likes or titles. It's proven by your response to responsibility. Will you still wake up early to pray when you're busy? Will you still fast when there's food on the table and ease in your schedule? Will you still return to the secret place when the crowd starts shouting your name? Because here's the truth. What God is doing in your life now must be maintained through intimacy. Moses met God on Mount Sinai, but when he tried to move without God's presence later, he begged, "If your presence doesn't go with us, do not send us up from here." Exodus 33-15. That's your heart posture too. Lord, if your presence isn't in the platform, we don't want it. If your spirit isn't in the blessing, it's not worth it. If you're not in the rise, we'd rather stay hidden. That is why God is choosing to elevate you, because your heart is anchored in the right place. Don't fear the responsibility. Some of you feel it right now, the pull of the rise, but you're hesitating. God, I don't want to mess it up. God, I'm not perfect. God, I still feel insecure sometimes. Let me speak directly to your fear. God is not looking for flawless people. He's looking for yielded ones. He is not asking you to be everything. He is asking you to surrender everything. Remember Gideon? He was hiding when the angel called him a mighty warrior. Judges 6:12. He didn't feel mighty. He didn't look qualified. But God wasn't calling the man. He was calling the mandate. The same is true for you. You are not rising because of perfection. You are rising because of positioning. You have been positioned in the secret place. You've been tested through rejection. You've been refined in the fire. And now the Lord is saying, I can trust you now. The blessing won't break you. Hear this prophetically. The blessing that is coming won't overwhelm you because it's being sent to a new version of you. The you that doubted, that version is gone. The you that needed validation, dead and buried. The you that feared success, crucified with Christ. You are now walking as a new creation. 2 Corinthians 5:17 says, If anyone is in Christ, they are a new creation. The old has passed away. Behold, the new has come. So yes, the blessing is big, but you're ready for it. You've learned how to be faithful when no one was watching. You've learned how to serve when you were hurting. You've learned how to pray without the applause. You're not rising as a celebrity. You're rising as a servant. And God is about to bring people, platforms, provision, and purpose into alignment, not to glorify you, but to advance His kingdom through you. This is your Joseph season. Let me declare this clearly. You're stepping into your Joseph moment. Just like Joseph was pulled out of the pit and placed in the palace in one day, Genesis 41, some of you are about to witness divine reversals that make no logical sense. Relationships that were dead will be restored. Opportunities that passed you will return in greater form. Environments that excluded you will now request you. Rooms that ignored you will now honor you. But when Joseph rose, he didn't seek revenge. He forgave. He wept. He used his influence to preserve others. So will you. You won't use your rise to prove your worth. You will use it to multiply what God placed in you. Your authority is for service. Your favor is for impact. Your voice is for truth. Your wealth is for generational stewardship. The clock has struck August 6. So, hear this. You've crossed the threshold, the alarm has gone off, the gate is open, the angels are moving, the shift has occurred. Don't look back, don't shrink, don't sabotage the season by second-guessing the one who called you. God is not teasing you, He's trusting you. You are rising into the fulfillment of everything you've seen in secret. Chosen one, listen carefully, for the Spirit of God is speaking with weight in this moment. Your rise is not simply a change of season. It is a change of identity, authority, and spiritual rank. Heaven is not just opening doors for you, it is establishing your name in places where your feet have not yet walked. You may not fully see it yet, but the shift is already happening. The spiritual atmosphere surrounding your life has thickened with purpose. Your spirit feels it, your dreams sense it. Your intuition recognizes it. You're not imagining the pressure, you're not imagining the stirring, you're not imagining the sudden clarity. This is what it feels like when mantles fall. And the mantle being placed upon you is not light. It carries weight, assignment, fire, compassion, and responsibility. Heaven has examined you, heaven has tried you, heaven has refined you. And now, heaven releases you. Just like David was anointed in private long before he sat on the throne, 1 Samuel 16, you too have been anointed long before you were recognized. The oil on your life always knew where it was taking you. And now, the season of overshadowing has ended. You are wearing a new name in the Spirit. The rise you are stepping into is not fragile, it's fortified. It is not temporary, it's transformational. It is not shallow, it's spiritual. God is rewriting the narrative over your life. Old labels have fallen off. Old roles no longer fit. Old fears no longer grip you. What once held you down has no legal right to follow you into this season. You are stepping into holy confidence, not arrogance but assurance. You are stepping into clarity, not confusion but revelation. You are stepping into authority, not by force but by covenant. You are not who you were last year. You are not even who you were last month. The version of you that lived in survival mode has expired. The version of you that depended on others for validation has vanished. The version of you that lowered yourself to be accepted is gone. You are rising as the healed one, the strengthened one, the refined one, the chosen one. When God lifts you, no one can lower you. You are stepping into a rise that man cannot control, cannot block, cannot diminish. This is why the doors that once ignored you are now responding. This is why opportunities you did not seek are appearing. This is why people you never met are being drawn to your name. You are not forcing your way into rooms, you are being summoned into them. Revelation 3:8 declares, "Behold, I have set before you an open door that no one can shut." This door was not opened by networking, by striving, by connections, or by reputation. It was opened by obedience, by surrender, and by surviving seasons designed to crush you. The rise that is happening in your life is not human promotion, it is divine positioning. Joseph didn't climb step by step into the palace. He was pulled from the prison in a single act of divine reversal. Genesis 41. So will you be. David didn't negotiate his way onto the throne. God brought him forth when the time was right. Esther didn't campaign for influence. She was positioned for purpose. You are not climbing, you are being lifted. The signs of your rise are already here. Chosen one, pay attention. People who once overlooked you are watching you with new awareness. Rooms that once resisted you will now call for you. Alignments long delayed will suddenly accelerate. Resources that were blocked will begin to flow. Your name will be spoken in places that matter. Your gifts will draw opportunities without your striving. This is not luck. This is not coincidence. This is the manifestation of divine timing, Kairos. The reason it feels surreal is because you've waited so long. The reason it feels unfamiliar is because you've never walked in this dimension. The reason your spirit is trembling is because heaven is touching earth on your behalf. You are experiencing the beginning of your appointed hour. Protect the oil, guard the mantle, walk wisely. Now hear me with your spirit. Your rise requires discernment. Not everyone can go with you into this new chapter. Not every relationship can remain at your table. Not everyone who claps wants you to climb. Jesus himself chose 12, but only took 3 to the mountain of transfiguration, Matthew 17. You too must walk with wisdom. Don't feel guilty for outgrowing people. Don't feel shame for setting boundaries. Don't mourn the exits God orchestrated. Separation is not loss, it is divine pruning. Jesus said in John 15 that every branch that bears fruit must be pruned so it can bear even more. Your rise demands clarity, purity, and balance. God is keeping your circle tight because your assignment is great. You are stepping into kingdom impact. Your rise is not ornamental, it is functional. It is not about shining, it is about serving. It is not about fame, it is about fruit. The authority you are receiving is for breaking generational chains, guiding those lost in confusion, healing those crushed in spirit, speaking truth with love, carrying fire into dark places, and modeling what obedience looks like in a faithless age. Your rise is not for applause, it is for assignment. Just like Joseph fed nations, like Esther rescued her people, like Daniel carried purity into corruption, like Deborah rose to lead an oppressed generation, your rise is tied to kingdom transformation. You are not rising alone, you are rising to lift others. The commissioning. Walk through the gate, chosen one. Breathe this in deeply. You are ready. Your spirit is prepared. Your time has come. Your name has been called. What was hidden is now being revealed. What was delayed is now being delivered. What was locked is now opening. What was quiet is now thundering. August 6 is not magic, it is marking. It marks the end of survival, the end of stagnation, the end of obscurity, the end of delay. And it marks the beginning of clarity, momentum, favor, impact, abundance, and spiritual authority. Chosen one, stand tall, lift your head, walk boldly. Heaven has already shifted in your direction. The gates are open, the path is cleared, the timing is perfect. This is your rise. Step into it and do not look back.